Hey everyone, welcome back to Bike Beat, your guide to the latest bikes, honest reviews, and all things two-wheeled. Today we're diving deep into the 2026 Honda Shadow 125, a lightweight cruiser designed to give you classic cruiser vibes, manageable performance, and everyday usability, all in a 125 cubic centimeters package. This is the kind of bike that promises style, comfort, and practicality, wrapped up in a small, approachable form that's perfect for beginners, commuters, and anyone who appreciates cruiser aesthetics without the intimidation of a bigger engine. The Shadow name has always been synonymous with cruisers. Honda's Shadow lineup has long been associated with laid-back, V-twin motorcycles built for comfort, highway cruising, and that unmistakable low-slung cruiser look. But the 125 cubic centimeters variant, often referred to as the VT125 Shadow, is a unique entry. It gives the classic cruiser styling and character but keeps it light, compact, and beginner-friendly. While the original 125 Shadow was produced primarily in the late 90s and early 2000s, enthusiasts have speculated about a 2026 version, which blends modern engineering with the classic silhouette. Essentially, it's a small cruiser designed for practicality, charm, and approachable riding, rather than raw performance. Under the tank, the 2026 Shadow 125 features a 124.7 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled, 4-stroke V-twin engine. This engine produces around 15 horsepower at 11,000 revolutions per minute and roughly 11 Nm of torque at around 9,000 revolutions per minute, giving it just enough power to feel lively around the city, yet manageable enough not to overwhelm new riders. The 5-speed gearbox works smoothly with a chain final drive, making shifts precise and intuitive. While it's not a speed demon, the top speed sits around 100 to 110 km per hour, which is adequate for city commuting, suburban roads, and occasional highway stretches. The V-twin engine layout gives it a characterful sound and vibration that feels authentic for a cruiser. It's not just about speed, it's about the experience. The liquid cooling ensures the engine stays calm even during stop-and-go traffic or hot summer rides, preventing overheating and maintaining performance consistently. What makes the Shadow 125 truly appealing is how it looks and feels. Despite its small engine, it carries a proper cruiser stance, low, long, and relaxed. The teardrop-shaped fuel tank, chrome highlights, low seat height, and pulled-back handlebars all combine to create that classic cruiser silhouette. The ergonomics are deliberately laid back, feet comfortably on forward-mounted pegs, relaxed knees, and a slightly reclined posture make it easy to ride for longer periods without strain. The suspension consists of telescopic forks at the front and twin shocks at the rear, offering a balanced ride for city streets and suburban roads. The braking setup includes a front disc and rear drum, which is functional and reliable for this class of bike, though not cutting-edge by modern standards. With a 14 to 14.5-liter fuel tank, the Shadow 125 has an impressive range for a 125 cubic centimeters bike, often around 300 to 350 km per tank, depending on your riding style. Combined with a low seat height of around 680 to 690 mm and a manageable weight of roughly 145 kg, the bike is easy to handle for shorter riders and perfect for navigating tight traffic or parking in crowded areas. Riding the Shadow 125 is surprisingly engaging. Around town, it feels light, nimble, and responsive. The V-twin engine gives a pleasant low-frequency rumble, not overpowering, but just enough to provide a satisfying auditory presence without being intrusive. You'll find yourself comfortably rolling through traffic, merging, and filtering with confidence, thanks to its compact size and balanced weight. The suspension absorbs bumps decently, giving a smooth and stable ride, while the seat remains comfortable even on slightly longer trips. On suburban roads, the bike can reach its top speed relatively quickly, although sustained high-speed cruising will require keeping the engine revving near the upper end of its power band. One of the best things about the Shadow 125 is its versatility. For city commuters, it's agile enough to handle tight streets and heavy traffic. For weekend rides, it provides enough comfort and style to enjoy leisurely cruises. Fuel efficiency is excellent for a cruiser, with an average of around 45 to 50 km per liter depending on throttle use, making it extremely cost-effective over time. Maintenance is straightforward. Chain lubrication, oil changes, and periodic valve checks are simple to perform, keeping running costs low. The bike is also beginner-friendly in terms of riding technique. Light clutch feel, predictable handling, and low-speed stability make it ideal for riders just entering the cruiser world. In terms of aesthetics, the Shadow 125 looks more expensive than it actually is. Chrome accents, clean paintwork, and classic design cues make it visually appealing without relying on excessive gimmicks. The low and wide handlebars, combined with slightly forward-mounted foot pegs, create a comfortable, natural riding posture. The instrumentation is simple yet effective. A clear speedometer, odometer, fuel gauge, and basic warning lights provide all the necessary information without clutter. The headlight, taillight, and indicators are functional and adequately bright, ensuring visibility and safety, while the rearview mirrors provide a good field of vision, making city riding safer. When considering pros and cons, the Shadow 125's strengths lie in its cruiser-style aesthetics, approachable power, low weight, comfortable ergonomics, fuel efficiency, and ease of maintenance. It delivers the feeling of riding a larger cruiser but in a more practical, manageable package. On the other hand, the limitations include its small engine for long-distance touring, the rear drum brake, and the need to keep it high in the rev range for spirited rides. It's not a highway monster, nor is it designed for heavy passenger loads or long-distance touring. Those seeking extreme performance or torque might feel restricted by the 125 cubic centimeters V-twin. The 2026 Shadow 125 is not just a commuter bike, it's a lifestyle choice. It appeals to riders who value style and character as much as practicality. For beginners, it's a confidence-building machine that allows learning the fundamentals of cruiser riding without being intimidating. For urban commuters, it's a convenient, efficient, and stylish option that makes daily rides enjoyable. For enthusiasts, it's a nostalgic reminder of classic cruiser aesthetics, blended with a modern, manageable form factor. It's important to note that while the classic 125cc Shadow was discontinued in many markets due to emission regulations, the 2026 Shadow 125 represents either a regional revival, a small batch import, or a conceptual continuation of the series. Availability may vary by country, so prospective buyers should verify whether it's a factory-supplied model or a custom/import. Documentation, frame numbers, and engine authenticity should always be checked before purchase to avoid confusion. If you're living in busy cities, want a bike that's easy to handle, low on fuel consumption, and visually appealing, or if you're a beginner or returning rider, the Shadow 125 is an excellent choice. It balances everyday usability with style and comfort, providing a ride that's both practical and enjoyable. For those looking for long-distance touring, high-speed cruising, or heavy passenger carrying, a larger displacement cruiser would be more appropriate. When creating a video for this bike, show plenty of rolling shots, close-ups of the tank, seat, suspension, and chrome accents. Include real-world riding clips through city streets and suburban roads, demonstrating handling, low-speed maneuvering, and acceleration. Capture the engine sound and the smoothness of the gearbox in action. Show practical aspects like fuel refills, maintenance points, and riding comfort. Wrap it up with your final thoughts, emphasizing who this bike suits best, its strengths, and limitations. Invite viewers to share their opinions, subscribe, and follow for more detailed motorcycle reviews. That wraps up our full review of the 2026 Honda Shadow 125. It's a bike that proves small displacement doesn't have to mean small character, a true little cruiser with big style and approachable performance.